historic home tours with a codicil. Because really, when we tried to narrow it down, we could only get it to about 20. So what's our codicil?
They were for sale, or they still are for sale?
They still are for sale.
We think they still are for sale.
As far as we know, these are still for sale.
Yes.
And that's the only way we could limit it to 5.
If you go to Zillow and they're not for sale,
Don't come screaming
Don't
at
be
me.
mad at us. I'm sorry.
But we still could have done 10 very easily, I think. But this is the only way to get it to 5. They have to still be for sale. So if your house is not one of the ones we mentioned, it's probably only because it isn't still for sale.
We love you anyway.
And if your house is still for sale and we don't mention it, you probably were like 6th, 7th, 8th, because we didn't agree on the whole top 5.
That's for sure.
We did not agree.
That's for sure. But we did get a consensus, and we do have a top 5.
Yes.
So,
unlike the Republicans and Democrats, we can come to a middle of the aisle
we've been doing it for 27 years, folks.
consensus.
2 through 5 are not in order, but number 1 is.
Okay, all right. Okay, 2 through 5 are in no order.
We've recently
They
come to an
are.
agreement. 2 through 5 are not in order, but number 1 is the number 1, so you have to wait for that.
Number 5 or number 1, depending upon if you're Kevin or Lane, is the Shields Townhouse. Let's take a look at this beautiful property that inexplicably is still for sale.
The thing I love about this property, being a very late period Greek revival, right at the end of the build period, we see the construction borrowing from many, many earlier periods. So while this is a Greek revival home, we have lots of federal touches throughout the house. Amazingly beautiful. To spend just one night in this bed. Please, just let me sleep one night in this beautiful princess bed underneath this glorious plaster medallion, looking at this African black marble fireplace. Please, just once.
Number 4.
Or 2.
Or 2 or 3 or 5. Okay, number 4, we just decided. Number 4, 3, 2, or 5.
Right.
Is the Hotze House in downtown Little Rock, Arkansas, in the Quapaw Quarter.
Our favorite part of the state of Arkansas. Well, that's not true. Our favorite neighborhood in the state of Arkansas.
But what makes this so special is that the interiors were designed by Tiffany.
All of the interiors.
Like all of them, and it is incredible.
Is a Gilded Age mansion, one of a very few located here in the heart of Central Arkansas in downtown Little Rock in the Quapaw Quarter. This beautiful home was built in 1900. The exterior was designed by famed Arkansas architect Charles Thompson, but the interior, everything you'll see today on the inside, was designed by Tiffany & Company of New York. Welcome to the Hotze House. This home, every square inch of this home was designed to impress.
Number 3 on our list, either the 3, 2, 5, 4, is Ruthland in Natchez, Mississippi, with 20 beautiful acres, several other outbuildings, and just glorious view, wonderful location.
And again, inexplicably, still for sale. How?
How?
I don't know. I don't know. Especially when I know what else has sold and the price that things have sold for. How is Ruthland still for sale? I don't know.
Somebody buy it.
Somebody buy it. Look at this house.
Ruthland is located in the old suburbs lying just southeast of the original town of Natchez. The house occupies the summit of a high but gently rounded hill in a large landscaped park. Welcome to to Ruthland, one of Natchez' finest federal period homes. This home was built by John Ruth between 1815 and 1817, and it is a vernacular style federal home. Throughout its exterior and interior, we have elements of Federal, Greek Revival, and little hints of Gothic and Rococo. So it truly is a vernacular style home that we see so often here in Natchez.
Number 2, and a very recent video, but one that we absolutely were just gobsmacked by.
Well, we've loved it for 20 years.
That's true.
So that's why this one's so high. That's why this one gets the number. This is solidly number 2.
That's true.
And for you, could have been number 1, probably. Like,
Yes.
I had Shields Townhouse as my tie for number 1. This is probably your tie for number 1. And one of the reasons is it's in one of our favorite cities in the South. We've watched it for 20 years, and we loved the owner.
Oh, he was
also
fantastic.
incredible.
It's just off the beach, so I mean, just beautiful weather.
Everything is
beautiful
correct.
location, but one of the best restorations. I mean, the restoration on this property is amazing.
Unbelievable.
It is the house in Apalachicola, Florida. Enjoy. If you've seen it, watch this piece again.
This is an incredible home. It is a Queen Anne style home, but it is vernacular built, and you'll see hints of that throughout the house as we go through it.
The number one, ladies and gentlemen,
Not
the
necessarily
number
by
one
consensus. This was Elaine saying, I'm putting my foot down. This is number one because of the ballroom, period.
is the Wigwam in Natchez, Mississippi.
How is this house still for sale?
Such an amazing house, such great flow, so easy to live in.
Just, there are not enough words.
Wonderful location, just beautiful, beautiful.
Not enough words, so let the video do the talking for us.
The Wigwam was built in 1836 by 4 sisters, Margaret, Matilda, Amanda, and Laura Ivy. They bought some land from the original Spanish land grant of Cottage Gardens, and by 1841 they had constructed a large but fairly modest 4-room cottage. Then, in 1858, this property was purchased by Eliza Green. Her father was Peter Green of Rosalie, and it was expanded into the absolute pinnacle of Italianate architecture that it is today. Normally we do our so long farewell outside the exterior of a beautiful home, but I had to bring you back inside this incredible one-of-a-kind space one more time. Really, I just wanted to see the ballroom again. We hope you've enjoyed this look inside one of Natchez, Mississippi's landmark homes.
So those are our top 5 historic home tour videos with the codicil that they are still for sale, because otherwise
Yeah.
we started trying to figure out the list and we couldn't get anywhere close to a top 20. So those are the top 5 that we chose because they happen to be still for sale. Now, at least, these top 5 I think probably would have been in our top 5/10 anyway.
They're
Because
up
they
there,
are
for sure.
spectacular homes. We hope you'll go back and watch the entire video on all 5 of these.
I'll put links in the description to each one of these.
If you haven't watched the whole video, you have missed a treasure. If you haven't seen the entire, spend 15 or 20 minutes. Nobody has anything to do the Friday after Thanksgiving. It's the most boring day of the year. Go back and watch these incredible videos and see some amazing American architecture. Take a little walk through our architectural past with Lane and Kevin at our Restoration Nation. And we'll be back with another new old home,
next week.
week.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being there for us. We will see you soon.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving.